Welcome everybody to Compas on the Beat. I am Fernando Ramirez. Gilbert, how are we doing today? Like there's no way I should start with the other stuff just because a lot of important stuff has happened to you in the last 24 hours of your life. I mean, you've
Yeah.
had plane delays. What? You've had Uber drivers handing you Hot Wheels.
What?
You've had, by the way, in this episode, we will get into the biggest storylines from training camp. We'll talk about our surprise teams that take a nosedive, and teams who are stuck in the middle. But I'm very excited to hear about this other stuff. I really want to hear about this. So there was an individual. You know, when you walk through LAX, you're like, oh, this airport sucks. There's so many
Yes.
long lines. The traffic to get in is a bitch. It's just one of the worst airports ever. And then all of a sudden, you become a goldfish and you meet a certain individual, Gilbert. Can you please tell us what it was like and how? I'm not even going to give it away. If people haven't seen, at gmanzano24 on Twitter and on Instagram, go check it out. But Gilbert, what happened? What would paint me a story? Like Kevin says in The Office. Yeah, tell us a story.
Yeah. And I'll start it this way with me, the heel, being negative about everything. And you're right.
That's why I
LAX,
said it.
LAX is terrible. It sucks. It's probably the worst airport in the country. You are 100% correct, Fernando. I try my best to avoid it now that I'm more in Orange County, or I've been living in the Long Beach area for a while too. I
Don't say
always
where
try
you
to
live.
go. Yeah, don't tell people. But
Just be
yeah,
like Dan, undisclosed location.
undisclosed. We know Dan lives in the San Diego area, but yeah, or maybe Tijuana. I don't know, but yeah, my favorite or the best airport in the country is Long Beach. And when I couldn't get a flight from Long Beach to Phoenix, what the hell are we doing? By the way, there was nothing available. I was pretty annoyed. So you know what? I go to LAX and it turned out for the best. I'll get to the good part eventually, but then LAX, man, I could have stayed at home for 3 hours, Fernando, for a delay. But the second I get out of my Uber, I get to the security checkpoint, email, boom, 3 hour delay. You have to wait 3 hours at the airport, and I'll skip forward a little bit. And I was at one of the crappiest gates, American Airlines. I was gonna say something terrible. You could eat something, but because American Airlines, apparently, when
Yeah.
your flight's delayed 3 hours, you know what you get, Fernando? A measly meal voucher. What the hell? And I get to the corner
Or
of the
like on
gate.
the plane
I,
or like at the
I don't
airport.
know. I haven't seen it, but I googled it. I'm like, okay, I better get something free because on Southwest you get like maybe like $200 or some kind of voucher, which is good enough or decent. But you get a free meal. I have no idea where that meal is going to come from. By the way, American Airlines. But anyway, so I was pretty annoyed and pissed off, and I get to the past the checkpoint where they check your ID. After that, you got to put your stuff in the bin. There's a whole order there with the bins. You got to get in line. And then me, I'm very efficient. I don't mess around. I don't play grab ass. I see one line that's moving faster or empty. I went from one line to the other, and somebody told me, "Hey, don't move. You're fine where you are." And I was like, "What the hell's going on here?" And it's you could say an escort, right? When I say escort, it sounds weird, but an escort for a certain person, a famous person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
I was
Was
like,
like,
whoa, whoa.
no, this person's coming through, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm no pedo here, I'm good, whatever. I'll go back to my line, and I turn to my left, and I see like a WNBA hoodie, with the patches of all the logos. I see a hat, Brooklyn hat, and then I'm like, holy crap, that's Jason Sudeikis. Like Ted Lasso's right next to me, and we're just kind of going through the routine, putting your stuff in the bins, and that's when I started like thinking too much. Where I wanted a picture, like, you know what? Nobody recognizes the guy. I also hate being like the guy who brings attention to a celebrity, and they're like, I take a picture, and then everybody's like, "Oh, who's that? Who's that?" And then it gets crowded, and they're all pissed off at me for creating the I guess the chaos there. So I was gonna wait till I'm not trying to rob the guy until I go to some corner, right? Uh, but I take my phone and I forget that it has to go through the bin security. So I put the phone in my pocket, and the guy at the manning the metal detectors was like, dude, take out your phone, empty your pocket. So he scolded me, got mad at me in front of Jason, who's my friend now, by the way. And I was like, ah, how embarrassing. But then yeah, we were like just he's right next to me for a couple of minutes. We're both waiting for our bags, and when he was done, I'm very respectful and nice. I don't really bombard, and you know, but I did kind of feel like, you know, I don't want to give this guy or make him feel some, you know, have you ever seen that? I don't know what show it was, Fernando. I'm getting sidetracked, but like maybe it was The Boys, but like they're taking pictures with fans, and they go into the car, and they're like, oh, I need like hand sanitizer. These guys, these people
Oh
are.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want to be like that loser fan that's like just, you know, bugging. But then I remember this is Ted Lasso, the nicest person in the world, and Fernando. Sure enough, he plays the same, or he is the same guy. Like, you know, I think I saw an interview where he wants to be as kind as his fictional character, Ted Lasso. I said, hey, can I take a picture of you? And like right away, he like pretty much, you know, jogged to me like, yeah, let's do this. Take this picture. Put his hand over me. I gave consent. Yeah, it sounded weird. Escorts, consent. Yeah, and all that stuff. But we took a picture like we were bros. He was a compa. And he told me, man, safe travels. Have a good day. And just stuff like that. Very cordial. I'm like, I think he wants to have a conversation with me. But then after a while, you know what, I'm going to leave him alone. And then, yeah, that's it. We went our separate ways, and I don't know where he went because he wasn't at my gate. He probably had a better flight. What's it called?
I think he
First
was going
class
to
A list.
London.
You know where he is right now?
London, I think. I saw
Wow.
one of those fan websites that you that put you on there. It said that he was
Yeah.
on his way to London because I think the premiere's tonight for Ted Lasso over there. But
Yeah.
now joining the show, Gilberto got him while he was at the airport. Jason said it. No, I'm kidding.
The
No, but
fan, Jason and the
yeah,
fan. I was called that. Like, I was,
yeah,
hey,
exactly.
I felt
But
like a loser.
yeah, it said one of those websites said that he was on his way to the premiere in London. So that's where he was heading. So that was pretty cool. But man, I'll tell you one thing. I would never tell you how to do your job or anything, but I would try and reach out to one of his publicists and be like, hey, I met him. I'm a sports writer. Would love to do something on him sports wise. Because I'll tell you one thing. And this was a story I was hoping to do. I reached out to Apple TV. They got back to me once. They never did. I wanted to do a story with Ted or with him and
Jason.
Jim Harbaugh because he modeled. Jim Harbaugh was the one that gave him the idea for the khakis, the vest, and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So I pitched it to Apple TV. They really liked it, and then they never got back to me. I did this like a year ago, and they never got
Oh,
back to me.
well,
So
maybe I could get him on Compas now that we're selfie pals, and you could ask him, you know,
well, no,
here,
I just thought it'd be a really good story, like to Matt, because
yeah.
he said that they would text back and forth, and I even asked Jim last year during a press conference, but he kind of blew me off in that, and then
Huh.
I was told like, hey, maybe like next time, like after, get him off to the side, and I'm like, sure, I'm gonna get Jim off to the
Yeah, but
side.
if you get Jason to talk to you, maybe he
That's
might,
what I'm saying. Like it'd be a really good story to find out about their relation because he said it. So he was doing a Q&A last year. That's when I knew that this was all going to happen because he did a Q&A a year ago. And he said they asked him what the inspiration were towards what he wears at the game day. And he's like, oh, Jim Harbaugh. And he's like, really? He's like, yeah, Jim and I would text. And I asked Jim about it. And Jim said, yeah, that they text all the time, that Jason always tries to get him to come out to the premiere. And Jim's like, I don't belong in those plays. I belong at the Bolt, watching film, getting ready for the season, blah blah blah. So,
Hey,
but
you got me thinking that because I do. That's a good idea. I do want to send an email to some of his reps or agents or whatever PR handlers to get on the show. But I did try that method when I went skiing with Oscar from The Office. I got a bunch of stories with celebrities, Fernando.
you do.
Yeah, I went skiing with Oscar with The Office, and then also at LAX, I went on the same flight with Seth Rollins and Rikishi. A lot of people that you want to meet, Fernando. So maybe
Yeah.
you know, stick with me. I got the good luck here.
You're not like literally. If I could get a 25-minute, oh, you know what? That's being way too like. If I could do 15 minutes with Sudeikis, it'd be a lot of fun. Like I feel like his
I
energy
bet.
with our energy would be like something incredible. So like I'd love to ask him about how does he view Horrible Bosses now? Like his role in Horrible Bosses. Like It was him and Jennifer Aniston. Like that was hilarious.
One of my favorite movies is Where's the Millers, man. That movie, every time I see it on TV, I laugh.
I love that. I love how he's like, "What do you want me to do? Grab him? What's in these days?" He's like, "There's no drugs in here. I'll keep on moving." And then he's like, "A family." He's like, "Thanks, dickheads." Oh, that's such a good. I
Baby
love
LeBron.
Where the Millers. Oh my god, that's a. Hey Ken, no, sorry, David. The Miller, or no, he says the Millers. We carry our own bags. Hey Kenny, you want to get our shit?
You guys are getting paid.
No, the scene where Kenny makes out with Jennifer Aniston and that girl, like that is a like. Can you imagine? Hey, you're making out with Jennifer Aniston. He must have been like, what? Okay, let's do it. So, have you ever seen that deleted scene or no?
I have not. Like a blooper or what?
Yeah, where they play the Friends theme song in the RV. No, oh, dude, it's such a good. So, you got it. So they're in the RV. And he's like, "Here, let me just play some music." And they start playing it. She's like, "Oh, go F yourself." And they all the two kids and him start singing it. And she's just sitting there like laughing her ass off about it. It's a great scene. But that's awesome that you were able to. So the 3-hour delay, like that was worth it, right? Like,
yeah, I got breakfast. I got to like kind of chill out. And then the Cardinals training camp didn't start till 4. The only problem is that a lot of their media availability is before. Like, I had a couple interviews set up, and it was like they start at 2, and my flight got there like at 2:30, and then from Phoenix to Glendale, it's like another 30 to 40 minutes, as my son is yelling at here. Yeah, so practice was at 4. I get to like around 3:10. Cardinals, shout out to them, the PR team. They still got me time with LaFleur before, and then the GM Monty Ossenford after. So. They're always good to me. They treat me well, and I always enjoy Arizona because even when it's 112 degrees, it's indoors inside the stadium, and you got that massive jumbotron now for the replays of the plays you might have missed. Remember at Chargers fan, we were trying to find that little tiny screen. No offense, Chargers, but the Cardinals one, they're one of the few teams that have that massive jumbotron because they're in the stadium, which I don't mind the stadium training camp. Maybe sometimes it doesn't work. It's cool to be outdoors, but I like that one.
Well. Were you still on the Happy Gilmore? How are you doing?
Shout out.
Were you still on the Brian? Hello. He's asking how's it going, guys? It's going great for Gilbert. But did you ever who did you so you talked to LaFleur and you talked to the GM? You didn't talk to any players?
The Cardinals kind of have a different setup for training camp. You know how usually locker room does not start into regular season time.
Yeah.
They have an open locker room, so I missed that too. When am I playing on delay? Nice. So everything was before, which is smart. But I started realizing that like LaFleur is doing a lot of what Sean McVay does. So like Rams also go at 4, so the Cardinals are going at 4. I don't really like late practices. We were talking about this last week, Fernando, but this time it did work out. So hey. Be a goldfish. He said it to me, an adult, and then I kind of was like, okay, it's not as weird anymore because I did come empty-handed. So when you're a dad, you got to come with some stuff. And I think he's still young for stuff like that. But when I picked the Hot Wheel, I got an Impala. It was white and green, nice classic car. He told me nice pick. I gave it to my son. He freaking loved it. So shout out to that guy. 5 stars. And yeah, be kind to people. You never know who's gonna give you a Hot Wheels. For your kid because you're a terrible dad. You didn't buy anything at the airport.
Xavier Flores says he's playing FIFA 26 while listening to the Compas. We appreciate that, Xavier. Happy Gilmore. Gilberto, hire me as your assistant. I will get the chocolate stains out of your underwear as long as you let me go to NFL facility. Sorry, he said he'll do his laundry. Hey, I'm sure somebody else would like you to hire him as your assistant.
I wouldn't do that. You happy?
When you sent that picture to that certain individual, what did she say when she got it?
What picture?
Jason Sudeikis.
She pretty much just laughed and, is this AI? What the hell is going on at that airport? It's like, what are the odds? And I've been trying to get her to watch Ted Lasso too. That's why I'm behind, so maybe now she'll finally watch it.
It's funny. I know a certain individual that we both know texted you saying that season 3 wasn't good. I thought season 3 was good. It just told a different story. It was different than seasons 1 and 2. And this one, I thought it was much better because I thought Ted kind of got more into like we found out the real reason why he left the United States and he left his family behind. Like,
no spoilers, I'm behind.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's a very good season. I like the season.
Okay.
I thought, and I don't know if Vic watched the finale and he watched that season. I thought that was one of the greatest final episodes I've seen in a long time. I liked it. I thought, don't ever touch this show again. Obviously, Apple is wanting my Gilbert. There's times where I jump on to watch something on Apple TV. Like I saw a movie with Sydney Sweeney recently. It's where she's like a drug. No. She's a drug addict. She doesn't show the she's a drug addict, and her mom.
The boxer or no or different?
No, I haven't watched that one either. Okay. But when you look at trending shows, Ted Lasso is always in the top 10.
Yeah.
So you
they also don't have a lot to offer, but yeah, it's still impressive.
Yeah, so it's impressive that after all these years, it's still like one of the top, like it's one of the top ones.
By the way,
see what they're gonna do with this new season, but I like season 3. I thought season 3 was really good. I think it's season 2. There was another season where I was like, I mean, it was okay. No, I thought all 3 seasons were good. I didn't dislike any of them. But by the way, what
I was gonna say before we move on, Fernando, next time you're on Apple TV, if you you like movies like this, like they're not the best movies, but they make you chuckle. That pickleball movie with Nick from New Girl, I think it's called Dink or some crap like that. Dink, pretty funny. I got a couple of laughs out of me, so check it out. I think that's what it's called, Dink. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it. You know what I heard is the really bad show? Will Ferrell's. Is it like a soccer show or is it like a baseball show or like that? Will Ferrell has this new show. I can't remember. Or is it a movie or a
screening?
No. It's like a new one. I heard it's horrendous. Wow. I told everybody since John C. Reilly and him broke up.
Yeah,
it's been it's since him and John C. Reilly broke up, it has not been a very good marriage. He has not done really good work.
The one with Renee Zellweger, or that's something else?
No, I think that's something else.
Yeah, I saw like a promo for it. I'm like, this looks terrible. So yeah, I don't know what happened to Will Ferrell. We got to do a deep dive on that eventually.
Maybe we'll ask Jason Sudeikis when he jumps on. Hey, what happened with Will Ferrell? What is he done? Is he done? Is he out of the Illuminati or what happened? Allegedly. All right.
Okay.
There's no Dan, so I have to. By the way, yeah, there is no Dan. So just letting everybody know, Dan had a late practice and it's
three Compas.
Yeah, it's the 3 Compas today. Bro, have the Chargers released a media schedule for tomorrow? Oh no, but it's at 10. Oh, by the way, the one thing I am frustrated with, and I can say this, I do not like when coaches speak before practice. I don't like that.
Like, because something might happen at practice?
Well, not just that, but like, okay, tomorrow they have pads on and he's speaking before. Why? Speak after. I want to know what you saw after with the pads on. But I understand why. I mean, I get it, but I'm like, and then I heard like
most people go after, but some go before. The Chargers are one of those some now.
Yeah, well, because I remember Brandon would speak after, Anthony would speak out, but he specifically liked speaking before because we can't ask him about certain plays that happened. Well, sorry, he feels more comfortable before, but it's because we won't ask him about certain plays because then he'll be like, "Oh, I didn't see."
Yeah,
I didn't see it.
You know what? Now that you remind me, I think Cowboys are before, so I need to get there early. I forgot about that.
When are you going there? Tomorrow?
Yeah, that's my next.
Why? Come down here. Take the train. I'll pick you up. San Diego, nice.
San Diego.
Yeah.
I gotta eventually do one of those, but I feel like it's always it's always early, so I'm in the middle of the tour. But I gotta do one. I gotta skip a segundo stop and go to San Diego.
I'm trying to convince everybody, hey, you guys should do a week down here. But I keep on hearing, well, we have the Bolt. Yeah, that's great. But why can't we go back to the old style of NFL? Why can't teams go away? I think that's better. I mean, you and I were talking about it in the car the other day. I feel like there's not a lot of moments because of the phones and the technology that you can't separate yourself from whatever's going on. I feel like training camp for these guys, you separate away from everything. There's no distractions. It's just you, your teammates, your coaches, football, and you kind of get to hang out and do it. I like what the Rams do. I think the Rams, I remember who were the two guys in they did a Hard Knocks when they used to be at a university. I think it was at Riverside, and the two guys crashed a dune buggy and they flipped it. that's fun. Like you're in the dorm. I mean, okay, you don't want to do it in the dorms. Go to the Gaylord. Stay at the Gaylord. It's a hotel, by the way. Don't try and cancel me. Stay at the Gaylord and then go to. Huh?
Gaylord Fokker or what?
No, yeah, exactly. No, it's called the Gaylord. I promise you, it's called the Gaylord. It's in Chula. It's like 15 minutes away from where I am located. But then USD is about a 20-25 minute drive from there. So I just stay there. Just stay at the Gaylord. It's expensive, but stay there and then shoot. Okay, my bad. Never mind. But yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe you let out a secret, but
No, I didn't. I
to go back to the boat stuff, like I think the boat's very nice. I think it's obviously a great place for the Chargers, but it just doesn't feel like camp because they're always there. Like I think they should probably go somewhere else. But then I guess when you spend all that money, like what the hell are we doing? But I also like, I don't know, I like the Costa Mesa vibe. It was just down the street, but it felt a little different. It felt like a camp, like you're going somewhere. Cowboys do it, or, Rams. Like the Raiders don't do it, and it also kind of feels a little off. Their scenario is also kind of a little strange. The Cardinals are like pretty much at home, but they're at a stadium, and it kind of has like a cool vibe, like a game day vibe. So I don't know. You got to have something unique for a camp, and I don't know if the Chargers have that just yet.
Yeah, no, I agree. Is this the real Patrick Mahomes? How you doing, Patrick?
Underscore 67.
Yeah.
Hello.
All right. Let us.
Yeah, I think they saw Patrick saw my my headlines. The Chiefs might be in the middle.
Ooh, look at that. All right. Let us get in the other. Oh wow, no way. That's pretty cool. What about this? What's this? That's pretty good.
That kind of sounds like the intro of Narcos.
Wow. Allegedly. All right. Let us get in this individual. Let us get in Vic the producer and see how he's doing.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. Is that a St. Louis hat?
No, it is a South Lake minor league team. The Salt Lake Bees.
Wow.
I'm trying to be different so I don't get called out for wearing a sports team. So no.
Oh, I get annoyed. I just wear the hat because it's the hat. Like I'm telling you,
I know.
I like crap on the team more than anybody else does.
Yeah, but can you hear Fernando saying it looks like a St. Louis one? You might get crap for that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Patrick Mahomes, we appreciate you. Who's that? I can't say I love somebody when
tacos. We
no,
love.
No. I can't say I love somebody when I don't know them. Like I have intimacy issues. So yeah, no, I can't.
We got in trouble. Was it last year
I
with Gilbert reading one of the comments? So.
Oh yeah. No, Dan's done it.
I knew before, and I still read it. All right, I was a team player.
No, Dan one time tried to hit a comment. And he hit the wrong one and he flashed it. I was like, okay, get it off. I was like, stop. It had to do with a certain actress. But yeah. So did you already watch Spider-Man?
Yes, I did.
Did you like it?
Oh yeah. Best of I have if we do 3 and out today, I have a question for you guys. So but yes, I think it's the best Spider-Man of the Tom Holland movies. I do want to ask you guys in terms of if we have a little bit of time right now, is what is your favorite when is Dick back so we can take on I'm sure he cares a lot about that.
He has no idea who that is.
He doesn't know who the hell that is.
He's like, who?
Maybe it's his Screwball. Even I am like barely.
Screwball. Oh, dude, he craps on our friends that are Padres fans. He'll always throw in, oh my God, Robert D's in here. He always throws in he's always like, go Dodgers, and then our friends get so mad at him. He's like, go Dodgers, go blue. He's like, Jackie Robinson is loving life right now, and I started laughing. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, definitely. Robert D, how are you doing? I won't read what he said, but he just said guys and then LOL. Yeah, I'm not gonna read the.
You're not gonna read it.
The first part of that, but what was your question?
I did want to ask you guys, what to you guys, even I don't know if you've seen the new movie, but what is your favorite Spider-Man movie?
Is this his fourth one?
Yes.
No, it's wow.
Hello,
It's been
Robert D.
four?
Holy shit! I didn't know it was 4.
I've
Yeah,
seen
it's
like 2.
4.
I've only
He's
seen
gonna
2,
end up
so.
doing 6.
Yeah, he's doing 6 without Secret Wars and without
not counting just him as the main guy.
How many did the second guy do? What's his name? Garfield?
He only did 2.
2. So 3,
yes.
2,
and then
and 4.
Andrew
Tobey
Garfield
Maguire
did
signed up
2,
to
and
do
Tobey Maguire did 3. He was supposed to do 4.
4.
So we finally got a Spider-Man 4.
That fourth one sounded really good too. The
the
storyline
third
for
one was pretty
movie,
shitty though. That was probably the worst one.
Which one?
Which one?
The third one with
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
Yeah, with what's the guy that's from that 70s show?
Oh yeah, where he played Venom.
Topher.
Yeah.
Topher.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least for me, it's the original with Tobey Maguire, number 1.
You know, in that 90s show, like when they did the remake, he makes fun of Topher for Spider-Man 3.
Oh yeah.
He has an underlying joke where he's like, whoever made that.
Right.
Yeah, but obviously Spider-Man 3 wouldn't have come out in the 90s. So, but he's like, whoever did that movie deserves a kick in the ass. And then like they all know that they're making fun of him. So I thought that was funny.
Bad. He was a terrible villain.
Yeah. No, and so was what's his name? The weirdo, Dave Franco. I thought Franco was terrible as
taking over as
yeah. I thought he was. And my bad, no spoilers. I don't know. You know, I really like the original one, or not the original. Sorry, I really like the first Tom Holland Spider-Man. I thought that one was a really good movie.
It's not the original.
That's why I said I retracted. I meant sorry. I didn't mean that one. I meant.
I thought when you talk about Tom Holland, this is like the new Star Wars movies. Like, are they really this good? Like, I've never really seen the Tom Holland movies.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a big fan of this last one.
Oh,
I thought it was okay. Like, it was good.
Like which one? Like Far From Home? The
one from that just came out. I saw it on Saturday.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan. Like, I don't know. I want ass kicking. I don't want feelings. Too many feelings.
That's actually that's the true comic book Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know. But I wanted more action.
Crazy.
I guess I wanted more action. But I mean, it is what it is. I know what they're doing. They're gonna give us more action in what was it? The next one. I mean, it was good. It was a good movie. I just wanted more action. I don't know. I'm more of an action. I don't know. It was fine. Whatever. At least my brother's not on here. He was worse than I am.
Wow.
He hated it.
The Odyssey or Spider-Man? Which one was better, Fernando?
Oh, Spider-Man.
Then the Odyssey? Wow.
I don't think Matt Damon's a good actor.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
I
I don't know. Tom Holland was in both, Zendaya was in both. So
you're a rough critic in month of summertime. It's not July anymore, but yeah, you're rough on these movies, blockbusters.
Yeah, Fernando's taking over as the critic here, the harsh critic of.
He's the heel of movies.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
What's the best movie you've seen this year? Is it Obsession? Yeah.
Really?
I thought it was just original. It was something different. It was something that we hadn't seen. Robert D, unfortunately, Dan is not here today. His practice is running late. He will be on tomorrow when we do a What's Up Bull. We're either doing a What's Up Bolts tomorrow or what? No, actually Wednesday. Sorry. I had already spoken with him. Wednesday, we're doing a What's Up Bolts to wrap up both San Diego practices. So he will be here Wednesday for that. I thought Obsession was something original. It was something different. It gave us a different viewpoint on something. I still agree. I still think that she was the cat, that girl.
Yeah.
I think she was the cat because she kept on feeding. Well, if you haven't watched the movie, it's your fault. He kept on feeding her the cat, or she kept on feeding it. Like, it was just weird. It was a weird.
There's a lot of hidden messages in that movie too.
Yeah, I liked it. But it's funny. One of my friends watched Spider-Man and he goes, "It's just telling us that like the government's programming our minds, this, that." I was like, holy crap. I was like, you're making me really not like Spider-Man now. And he started laughing. He's like, I'm just telling you. I'm like, okay. I was like, for sure. I will tell you this. I did like what's her name as Jean. I liked her as Jean. Yeah, she's good. She was from Stranger Things, right?
Yes.
Oh.
She's have you seen that video going around?
No, what video?
The video where you know how they got
She's gonna be good in X-Men. She's gonna be an X-Men. That's where she was headed, right on the bus.
I mean, I'm not gonna spoil. I'm not gonna tell you who she plays because I know there's people who haven't watched it. But I will say this: there is you know how there's a table read where you're going over the script, and so they get the last script for the last season, and it's the rest of the cast.
Come on, $700 billion spent to go watch
900. It's already made almost $1 billion. But yeah, so it's a video of all the cast kind of crying, and it's Sadie Sink just looking at them like, the hell you guys like? My future is set. You guys are done after this. So
I saw that.
She was hilarious.
I like Spider-Man 2 a lot. The one with Tobey Maguire.
Actually, I think that's number one for me because it introduces Doc Ock. Like, yeah.
And then like the story that they tell and the way Doc Ock happens to take shape and everything, and he has the secret of telling Aunt May about what happened to the uncle and all that. Like that's just, I don't know. It was I thought that was a great movie. But yeah, no, what's her name, by the way? Oh no, never mind. I'm gonna spoil it. I'm just gonna go back to my favorite Aunt May has been this Aunt May. She is fine. Like
I mean,
at 60 years old.
Marissa Tomei. I mean, even Gilbert knows who Marissa Tomei because of Seinfeld.
Yeah,
I didn't know she dated Robert Downey Jr. when he was allegedly a drug addict.
Yeah,
she hasn't aged apparently because they were making shows about her being hot in the 90s.
Oh yeah, I mean she still looks great.
Dude, Macho Man looks roided out in that movie. And
was that
Spider-Man
the second one or the first one?
That was
where he's in the ring. He's in the wrestling ring.
Yeah, that was the first one.
He is roided out like crazy. No, that's but again, I mean, I like some aspects of this movie. I just didn't like other aspects. No, I'm gonna spoil more.
Let's just get to football before we ruin it.
And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest Zendaya fan. Zendaya's like,
she killed it in this. I thought her acting was great. Yeah,
I think she's basic. Not a fan. I don't know. Bonesaw. That's what was his name. Bonesaw. Yeah. Oh yeah, man! You're gonna get in here with the saw. I'm gonna break you.
They actually, that theme was shot here in LA.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the rest. Yeah, like actually,
not New
when
York.
We moved into where we're at, one of the neighbors here, he was actually there when they shot it, and like he's like, yeah, look me up. I'm like right in the front row, and sure enough, he's right there. I forget where he said they shot that, but it was here locally, like. Somewhere here in LA.
Have you guys ever watched Semi-Pro with Will Ferrell?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, you know the scene where the bear goes crazy and Will Ferrell goes, there will be no refunds. Getting out of here is your refund. Getting out of here with your live. One of our camera guys, our photojournalist that works at NBC San Diego, he told me he was there they were there watching a game and that they told him, hey, do you want to be an extra? You get like $200 and you can meet Will Ferrell after. He's like, oh shit, yeah, it was in Jacksonville. That's where they shot that scene. And he's like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll do it. And then he's like, when they said everybody panic, they're like, everybody kind of looked at each other and they said, yeah, everybody run. And they started taking off running and stuff. I was like, wow, that's a great scene. And he's like, oh yeah, that was all real. Like people were getting trampled because they were telling us to run. Like if there was a bear, like inside of the arena. Yeah, no. And I knew somebody, one of our other photojournalists, he was in Mighty Ducks 2. He was there covering a game in LA. And they were like, hey, we're going to shoot part of this movie. Just be here. And you can see him with a camera, like kind of going around and you see him in the scene. I was like, oh, that's great. Like, I was like, Dave, that's awesome. And he's like, yeah, I know. He's like, never seen the movie, but it was fun to be there for that. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be in a movie. He's like, and my grandkids always tell me, Papa, we always see you in Mighty Ducks 2. And he's like, oh, that was good enough for me. So pretty cool when you get to be an extra in movies.
Weren't you guys at a boxing match?
We're in Creed 3, aren't we?
3?
Yeah, I didn't see myself, but we were there.
It was for the Andy Garcia. No,
And they were,
Andy Ruiz.
yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. Yeah, they brought in
Yeah,
Michael B. Jordan and everything. Yeah, I
and they
remember
were
that.
telling us to like wave and do roars or clap or whatever the hell it was. So yeah, we're somewhere in there.
And we didn't do either one of those things. Maybe that's why we're not in the movie.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Let us now talk football. Latest news and storylines across the NFL. That's fun. All right. Let me speaking of Andy, he threw out the first pitch of the Padres game yesterday. Oh, really? Damn. The one game I don't go to, and
He's a rapper now.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Are you serious? Well, supposedly
Yeah.
he's gonna fight
So
pretty soon.
he's promoting both, I guess.
Ah, damn it. That would have been great. All right. Let us talk a little running backs. I know people don't like talking running backs. Who was it? Got the bitch running back. Oh, my bad. Okay. There was somebody that had a rap song like that. I can't remember who it was. All right. Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs are holding in during training camp. Obviously, we all know that the running back position has a short shelf life, especially the way that teams have been drafting lately. They're ready to get rid of a running back. We saw what happened with Saquon Barkley. We've seen what's happened with Travis Etienne. We've seen what happens with a lot of these running backs. Gilbert, your thoughts on both of them holding in, and when do you think that they will? I'll ask this later. But who do you think? Do you think they're in unison when it comes to this? And are they waiting till they both get paid, or do you feel like they're kind of in their own individual hold-in session?
Yeah, like we usually when we have scenarios like this, somebody just says, "All right, fine, you go first," or you get paid more because you are better. Like you kind of have to admit that through your agents, and you don't say that verbally. But this one, I'm having a hard time saying who should get paid more. And if we're going pure talent, I think Bijan's the better running back, not by a lot, but pure talent he is. But Jahmyr has a better situation, and he's still very important to Detroit, and he has like it's all about the surroundings. And when you're playing with Penei Sewell and you're playing with a guy who's aggressive in the trenches like Dan Campbell, like they really value you there. And then he might be the most explosive player in the NFL. So yeah, like say you're the GM of the Falcons or the owner there, Arthur Blank, and like you're thinking like, Raheem Morris really screwed it up with Bijan and what's the guy before Arthur Smith? Like, do you guys really think Kevin Stefanski is gonna bring out the best in him after what he did with the Browns the last 2 years? I don't know. I know Stefanski has some good running attacks with Nick Chubb early with the Browns and then with the Vikings, but I think I'd rather go with Jahmyr Gibbs. He has a proven surroundings. He's very explosive. So to me, I think I'll go with Gibbs to get paid more. But I don't know if Bijan's gonna just say it. But I don't know. I just don't. Bijan, he might get to a point where like, how about you just leave? How about you become Saquon and go somewhere else better? Like, I just don't think Atlanta knows how to use him. And with Jahmyr, okay, maybe I'm wrong on who gets more money, but I think Jahmyr has a lot of reasons to sign in Detroit. And Bijan, I think he should wait 1 year because what if Stefanski is pretty bad?
Vic?
Yeah, I'm with you, Gilbert, and I think it'll be interesting. So one of the things we talked about with Eric Williams was the fact that Saquon is making 20.6, right? So are they going to reset the market is the question, right? Is it Bijan Robinson or is it Jahmyr Gibbs? And then one other tidbit too is Detroit has a new offensive coordinator in Drew Penson who was with the Arizona Cardinals, and he's more of a run guy first type of OC. So I do like what Jahmyr Gibbs, and then the coach, what's his name again? Of the Lions, he was talking about how he's not worried. He thinks the deal is going to get done with Jahmyr Gibbs. I think they're waiting for each other, but if I'm the Falcons, I try to go first and I try to reset the market here either at 21 or 22 and then go from there. And then we'll see which one of the two. But I think these two guys are really special that they should be paid above Saquon Barkley, and then going forward. And as we talked about too, like you have to do something with the running backs because you either have to, you know, and I know they're not going to do this, but you need to. This is the time to do it, especially when you drafted them in the first round, and I think both of them were top 12 or top 15 picks. You're gonna have to reset the market here. So if you're the rest of the running back, class, or even the running backs, overall, you're wanting to see what happens here, because if either Vijon or Jameer get over 21 or 22, that looks good for the rest of the running backs.
I'm really wondering where they're gonna go with this. Like you guys have both said, I agree with you, Gilbert. I think that Bijan should just wait till the season starts, play out this year, and then try and hit free agency. Unless if they franchise tag you, I mean they franchise tag you. But if I'm him, I try and get out of there. They have not. That was the same thing. I didn't understand. Like Kyle Pitts, why are you both still there? Like they have not learned how to use either one of those guys. I agree with you that Stefan Stefanski is going to be a little bit of a mess. By the way, if I was Stefanski and the Falcons, after seeing both of your quarterbacks go down, I would have extended him right away and been like, hey, yeah, like no matter what happens, we're gonna have Bijan. He is a big part of our offense. And then you've kind of screwed Bijan over. Last year, was it last year or the year before? They would give all that red zone carries to Allegri, and they would take them away from Bijan. Like Bijan should have had, Bijan should have had way more touchdowns the last few years, but obviously, they just can't get it together. So when it comes to Jameer, they depend a lot on him in that offense, and then David Montgomery is now gone. So they're going to need him to be kind of the catalyst when it comes to, or the bell cow. I know they brought in Isaiah Pacheco, but I mean, how much of an impact is Isaiah going to have compared to Jameer? So I agree with both of you guys. I think they should just hold out and wait to see if they get their contracts. I know that players don't like holding out. I mean, I remember I think I saw a clip last night of somebody was talking about, well, why didn't the CBA get done the way we should have back in 2011? And they said, well, because people needed money and you needed to get back, and people want their money. And some guys, I'm not saying that either one of these guys does, but some guys live beyond their means. They need money. So what are they going to do? They're going to do whatever they want. I just hope neither one of these guys gives in and just says, okay, we'll take less than Saquon, whatever. I think both of these guys deserve more money than Saquon. I thought Saquon had a average to below average year last year, and he's making, like you guys said, 20. So I definitely think that they both deserve to get paid, but I just don't. I see neither team. I think we're back to, again, like we had that weird offseason where the Eagles decided to pay him. The Ravens sort of paid Derrick Henry. Like, I don't think we're going to get that again. I don't think I don't think teams are willing to do it. They feel like they can just go get a running back, use them for 4 or 5 years, then get rid of them. I mean, we've seen a perfect example, Gilbert, with, remember were you still there when Austin Eckler talked about that or no? Like when we had kind of like a meeting with him and he basically said, yeah, the reason why. Oh, okay. So I remember Austin said, yeah, what teams are trying to do with the running back position now is they want to use us up. And then after the 5th year, or maybe even after the 6th year, when they do when they do those weird tags, you put a 2nd round pick on them, or you put a 1st round pick or whatever. After they're done with that, then they use us, and then we leave and we go somewhere else, and we have to play for pennies, not pennies, obviously, but like you're not getting paid the way you thought you should have gotten paid. So it feels like we're kind of back to that point again with running backs. And again, these two guys are explosive. They do a lot for their respective team. It sucks that now they have to be at this point where they're going to be fighting it. And again, we all know how long it takes to get in football shape. So these guys, I mean, I know they're in great shape, but to get into football shape, it takes a while. I mean, I spoke to a certain individual on Saturday who knew that, Melvin Gordon. By the way, check that out on What's Up Bolts. Talk to Melvin Gordon, put the interview up on What's Up Bolts. Really great. He was awesome. obviously, he's like, when's the last time I saw you? I was like, at the Super Bowl. It's like, you were with Jeff. I was like, yeah. He's like, I can't forget your smile, dude. I'd never forget your smile. And I started laughing. I was like, I appreciate that. But I remember what happened with Melvin. Gilbert, you were there for the hold up for the when he held out. Remember, Melvin showed up and he wasn't himself for
he missed like 3 games though.
Yeah, he came in 3 games in, and then he wasn't himself for half of that season. I remember that game in Tennessee. He started crying because he fumbled twice in the end zone on second and third down. On fourth down, they ran him again. He got stuffed, and they lost the game. So, just for a running back, I think it takes a lot more for you to get revved up and ready to go. So, hopefully they can settle this, but I think it's going to be a while before these two are in camp, to be completely honest. All right, next story. Jadeveon Clowney signs a 1-year deal with the Houston Texans. That's basically what Jadeveon Clowney's been the last few years, where he kind of waits, sees, and then he signs with a team. The rich get richer. I still think that Jadeveon has a lot to offer, especially in the role that he is going to play. We all know Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter are the edge rushers extraordinaire. They're making a lot of combined money, but now you add a Jadeveon Clowney who's going to be their third or maybe fourth guy. Vic, what do you like about this move for the Texans? Because it's like I said, like last year, I remember on that Saturday night game when they played the Chargers, they were just at will getting towards Herbert. It just seems like that's always how they go. But what do you think about Jadeveon going there?
Yeah, I mean, it's the rich getting richer on. I mean, I wish they put this much money into their offensive line, and then that way they could fix their offensive line. But in terms of Jadeveon Clowney, like you said, I mean, he's brought in for one thing and one thing only. That is to set the edge. That dude can. He's a great against the run. So. And then you just let those 2 other guys just, you move them around and then you just feast, and especially with the interior of that defensive line as well. I mean, honestly, I don't know where there's a hole on that defense, to be honest with you. Their linebackers are good. Their secondary is great. So now you just add another dude for that. So my biggest thing with the Texans is that offensive line and CJ Stroud, like, I know you guys saw the video of him coming in and he looked like a little skater guy, like
no aura. He's lost all of his aura.
Yeah, like he I mean, I've never seen somebody change their haircut and just lose whatever, aura, as you said, Fernando. Like
damn kids.
This is a big year for CJ Stroud. I can't believe that, and we were talking about we were talking about a player recently in one of our group chats that just got DFA'd by the Angels, and how he's like, have you ever seen a guy make an all-star team and then just fade? And CJ Stroud starting to look like that, man. He was like, he won the Rookie of the Year over Puka, and then he hasn't been the same, man. And so, this is a big year because he's also looking for an extension. So,
and everybody was talking about Bryce over CJ, and then CJ over Bryce. That was all the talk. Did the Texans get it wrong? Or no, did the Panthers get it wrong? Now all of a sudden everybody's saying that they'd rather take Bryce over CJ. Gilbert interviewed both. And then you're right now. Yeah. But this is like
one got the offensive rookie of the year, all right? And the other one was a number 1 pick. They were doing well. They screwed up themselves, all right?
No. I'm not saying it as a negative. I'm saying Gilbert interviewed both of those guys. Like, I'm reminding her, I'm not Dan. I know we look alike, but I'm not Dan. No, I'm just saying, like, Gilbert interviewed both of those guys. Like, it's great. Like, that's amazing. But like, I mean, Vic, there has to be a weakness somewhere. Like, the weakness is now their offense is the weakness. They have good receivers. But, like, they have no running backs. Their offensive line, like you said, they invested draft picks. But, like, who knows if those guys are going to end up being any good. CJ has looked terrible the last year and a half. So, I guess the weakness is going to be there. But as far as Jadeveon Clowney, I still think he has a lot of juice. I think he still adds a lot. Fans are going to be excited because I know that last year when the Chargers played them here at SoFi, there was a lot of not a lot, but like I saw more Jadeveon Clowney jerseys than I saw CJ Stroud, or that I saw no, not CJ Stroud, sorry. More jerseys than what I saw Will Anderson, or even Daniil Hunter. So that was obviously the most I saw were Derek Stingley. Those are usually the best jerseys, or the most jerseys I see. But yeah, I think Jadeveon adds a lot to this team, and I think in case one of those guys goes down, he would be a serviceable. Obviously, go down for a short period of time, but I think it adds a boost to their defensive line, Gilbert.
Yeah, I like the signing because you can't trust the quarterback, you can't trust the O line, and I thought last year the defense was good enough to win it by itself, and that didn't happen because somehow CJ Stroud was worse than Drake May, and they were again balanced in the divisional round. That's like their ceiling there. So yeah, if you have one good thing, keep getting better at defense, and maybe they become the 2000 Ravens. I don't know if they could do that. That's a high bar. Maybe the 2015 Broncos when Manning didn't have really an arm left. So keep building what you have and go from there. But yeah, I think even Clowney was, not just setting the edge. He has some pass rushing still. I think he was like the top sack guy for the Cowboys.
I think he had 8.5 to 9.5,
yeah, I was like,
something like that.
That's impressive. Yeah. And then I forgot that he was the #1 pick in the Khalil Mack draft, right? 2014. So right there, and I'll tie it in with CJ Stroud. Like, if you don't know how to counter the counter, like if you come out the gates and you're really good, well, you best believe that the defenses are going to watch the film and they're going to pick apart your game. So you better have a counter to that. And CJ hasn't done it. So if you can be the guy who could go with the chess match and go X's and O's, then you better find a specialty. And that's what Jadeveon Clowney did. He set in the edge, and he still could rush the passer, but like he's still in his league because he's such a good edge setter. So lesson to some football players out there, like either you learn how to play the chess match, or you better have one really good thing so they can keep you around. And Jadeveon has that.
Well, that was the thing about Khalil. Like Khalil at 35 still sets the edge better than a lot of these other younger guys. So that's the thing. Everybody thinks it's just about pass rushing. No. You have to be good at setting the edge and making sure you help stop the run. So yeah, that's one of those things. I'm going to excuse myself from this next topic because I don't know a lot about it. I saw it on social media. Don't know a lot about it, but I did see that some people are nervous around the league because Myles Garrett has been out during training camp with lower body soreness. Gilbert, what you were the one that was at Ram? Well, you haven't. I mean,
well, I was there for the one practice that he participated. I think I don't know if he did the second one. So
are they going to get you a button? Like I was there for his only practice.
I was there for his one showing. So
yeah,
but even for that one, he was barely on the field. So this is something that he's had for a while. I'm not surprised. And like this guy's like the reigning defensive player of the year. You don't need him right now. So to me, I'm not gonna waste so much time here. It's fine. And even like during the mandatory minicamp, he didn't participate because he has an injury he doesn't want to disclose. I remember a reporter asked him, he's like, I'll keep that to myself. But you don't have to disclose injuries until the first injury report in week 1.
Yep.
So yeah, they're gonna just hide it and they're gonna do maintenance, and I don't think it's anything serious. So he did try that first practice, but also he was barely out there. He was just standing tall, and that's it. For the cameras, it was the first practice. But other than that, yeah, nothing burger, as Cheeky Metro says.
Go ahead, Vic.
This is what happens when you have an abundance of talent and you can just manage your best player. That's all it is. Like for them, it's look, the preseason and training camp, it doesn't matter to them. Yes, like it's cool that like are you concerned? No, because it's Myles Garrett. He's gonna be out there. They need him just like with the whole Aaron Donald situation as well. I know we didn't speak about it, but McVay already said that we're not going to get an answer in terms of Aaron Donald until they get back to Will and Hill.
Shit, what you guys think?
Yep. But in terms of Myles Garrett, like I said, it's them managing. It's them having depth along that defensive line, and one of the guys that's benefiting from it is Josiah Stewart. I mean, the 3rd round pick out of Michigan State, I think it is. He's been balling in training camp. So, and then one of the things we talked about with Gilbert on House of Horns is if they end up not extending Byron Young, Josiah Stewart's gonna be slide right in because you draft well and you're able Michigan. Thank you, Brett. I knew it was Michigan. I just didn't know if it was Michigan or Michigan State. But yeah, Josiah Stewart, man, just balling out there while Miles Garrett gets to chill and when they need him, he'll be ready to go.
This kind of I have film of what Gilbert's talking about. The first practice of Miles Garrett was like this, huh Gilbert?
Out to see Miles, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna have him out just for you."
Chiqui Metro.
Chiqui. Thank you, Chiqui Metro.
It. Hold on,
awesome.
Let me. There we go.
It's on here. There you go.
Hey,
I fix this.
Thank you. I'm gonna try to put some tapatio on it, but the 49ers are quietly panicking with all the controversy. Dude, let's get into that next.
Yeah, we're gonna Chiqui Metro. That is one of the things I'm gonna talk about. So if you want to stick around, just give us a couple minutes and I'll get into it. That's one of my takeaways.
We got paid, so we should
let's just get into that then.
Yeah. We gotta pick it up anyways.
Go ahead, you go next. Oh, see, Xavier Flores knows. Jude. Yeah, exactly. Jude. Gilbert knows about Jude. Huh, Gilbert?
I know Jude Bellingham, who destroyed my Mexico.
Ha! Damn,
I really wanted to let's get to that, and I'll get right into it. I think my biggest takeaway in terms of what I've seen from training camp and reading and listening. Look, I know that the 49ers, are gonna say, well, it has nothing to do with whatever the station is next door that is causing all these injuries. And it's not that. I'll tell you that straight up. One of the things that was pointed out by a lot of 49er fans is that the guy they hired to be their strength and conditioning guy, he's a friend of Kyle Shanahan. Wow. And when you start doing stuff like that, instead of investing in strength and conditioning, you start to see these kinds of injuries. And so, look, we've already talked about how the 49ers are an older team. They already, I don't know if you guys have seen this, 8 of their draft picks, they drafted 8 players. 4 of them are already injured. So, this has nothing to do with the substation next door or whatever it is. It has more to do with strength and conditioning. If you look around the league, there's a higher priority now on strength and conditioning. The fact that the 49ers haven't put that into, that much emphasis into it, that's on Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, and the rest of the staff. And then the other thing with the Chiefs too, I don't understand what the Chiefs are doing. And somebody was out there criticizing the Chiefs because one of the rookies who's been a standout, I think is Cyrus Allen. Yeah, who's been balling or whatever. They were criticizing the special teams coordinator for having him on special teams and him getting hurt. Did we forget that a lot of these rookies have to play special teams to make the team? All of a sudden now we're gonna not play rookies because you're afraid of them getting hurt. So, like I said, with the Chiefs, they've been kind of problematic lately, and especially I'm starting to give up on Andy Reid, but in terms of what's been going on with their injuries, they're another team that hasn't invested in strength and conditioning as well. Even though, we said, with the injuries, they've been lucky in terms of how long they've been going to Super Bowls and playing in the playoffs. So you kind of saw that coming. The weird thing is Xavier Worthy and some of the young guys are the ones getting hurt. That's kind of been eye opening.
Yeah, I'll just add real quick, the one positive for the 49ers, last year they were also decimated by injuries and they still find a way to make the playoffs and win a playoff game. They beat the Eagles, but they don't have the same luxury of the easy schedule. Their travel is it's a difficult traveling schedule. They're not as young, like Victor mentioned, because they can't hit on draft picks. So they still, the thing is, they still have top heavy star power. Like if those guys are like if Brock Purdy is available and Mike Evans who's dealing with something, like if these are not long-term injuries, especially if you have Christian McCaffrey, I think McCaffrey being around last year for all 17 games was the reason why they held it down. I think Purdy was in
But
and out.
can
Mac
you run
Jones,
him to the ground like they did last year, though, Gilbert? That's
yeah,
my question.
yeah. At one point, does it get old? And like the thing about him, he's like a finesse player. He doesn't rely on being physical. He could play out of the backfield, so maybe he has an extra year in him. But like, look, Kamara was the same way, and he declined a lot last year to the point where he had to take a pay cut, and they brought in a new guy, and Travis Etienne, not Etn. So it hasn't caught up to him yet. CMC, we'll see, but. Yeah, there's a lot of red flags. I'm trying to find some positive for the 49ers. I don't want to write them off fully yet, and I'm going to get into it a little more later. But like, they might have missed their Super Bowl window, but we'll get into that later.
No. They went to the Super Bowl. They just lost both times.
They missed it twice. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Or 3 times. The one with Colin Kaepernick, like they haven't won the Super Bowl like in 30 years or more than that.
They haven't won it since Steve
95.
Young was the quarterback.
The Chargers, yeah,
95.
Yeah, they've been to a lot. They've been to a lot of Super Bowls. They've been to 3.
Yeah, they're 0-3.
Kaepernick and the two,
the
Jimmy G and Brock Purdy.
Yeah. By the way, I saw our good friend of the show. I saw our good friend Tyler Dragon at Chargers on Saturday. He was telling me that his Chiefs and his Bengals are gonna make the playoffs. I made a little wager with him.
Wow.
I said, "There's no way." He's like, "They have Dexter Lawrence." I'm like, "One player." I'm like, "That's great." Shamar Stewart just got hurt. Freaking Jamar Chase is out there throwing helmets and getting into fistfights with people. Like, what are we doing? Like,
both teams have to make it, Fernando.
Yeah.
Or
yeah. Both teams have to make it. But all the pent up aggression from the failures that the Bengals have is starting to kind of mount over, and I think it's going to get worse there. So, and then the coach is on his last legs. His contract is up after this year, so yeah, we're good. And then like Cyrus Allen, like I couldn't believe Chiefs fans were going after the Chiefs for making him play special teams, like Vic said. Like, what kind of a joke are you? Like, he has to play special teams. He's not one of the main, like, he's been a good target for him, but guys who come in who are, what was he? Was he undrafted?
5th round pick.
Yeah,
They're calling him this year's Puka.
Yeah.
Shit. Stay healthy first. Those guys need to play special teams. Like, I think Puka's played special teams as well when he first came in. So, like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
but
like,
whatever.
He was on the field right away, but like at least Sean was waiting until a preseason game. We hadn't even got to that point. You're like, wait till a preseason game for this guy to do something.
Well, and that leads me to my point. I can't wait for the Pats come on. Like, we're getting so much stuff, so much fluff, and I get it. Like, it's a boring time. The Pats are barely starting to come on, but I've seen like all these people marvel about, hey, this 6th round draft pick looks like a steal. This guy looks like a steal. This undrafted free agent. I'm like, just when, and you know what's funny? Mike McDaniel said it on Friday at Friday's practice. He said, we cannot know anything until the Pats come on. That's when you're going to know what player is what. Like, a lot of Charger fans are tweaking out because the Chargers are playing they're rotating 5 different guys at guard.
Yeah.
I can eliminate 3 of those guys already. Like, those 3 guys are not going to be playing that position. So it's really down to 2. But it's like, just wait till the Pats come on. Like, and I get it. Fans hype up other fans. I get other fans talking and all that stuff. But like, you just have to like wait for the Pats to come on, and then you're really gonna see what the thought process is. Like right now, Mike McDaniel's experimenting with stuff, and the Chiefs are experimenting, and the Seahawks, and all these teams are experimenting with different things. But you have to wait until the Pats come on to really know what the team has and who's really in play and who is not. So that's all I'm saying is that like we need the Pats to come on to stop with all this fluff and to get it. I know the Steelers today started with Pats. Some other teams, well, obviously the who's in the Hall of Fame game? It's like the
Panthers and
Cardinals and Panthers. My God. So like
preseason.
Yeah, but those 2 teams have had the Pads on for a while. But Gilbert, I'll tell you one thing. I was thinking about it because I jumped on a TV show the other day here in a local TV station to talk about the Chargers. And they said, oh, wasn't the World Cup great? That's how we started talking. I'm like, dude, if this was last year, I wouldn't have watched the last few games of the World Cup. He's like, why? Like, the Chargers started like July 9th or 8th with their training camp because they had the Hall of Fame game. Now everything got kind of pushed back, and thanks to everything getting pushed back, like I would have been like, we got to see the World Cup and do everything, and no training camps were started before the World Cup ended. So I'm like, it's great that everything kind of got backed up for a year. And then they asked me, do you think that it's gonna stay like this? I was like, you're gonna see, besides the divorce rate and the breakup rate being at an all-time high on Valentine's Day, because it's on Super Bowl Sunday. Besides that, everybody's gonna go out on the 13th probably, but having it on President's Day weekend is gonna be great. Fans are gonna love it because they can just get pissed drunk on Sunday and they don't have to go to work on Monday, and then they have to go to work on Tuesday, so they'll be fine. They can recover on that Monday. So but yeah, no, I definitely think that we just need the pads to come on, and that's when you're really going to see what team has what players. By the way, Gilbert, I'm already calling it right now. I don't think that joint practice happens between the Chargers and the 49ers. The 49ers are going to say they have way too many injuries, and that they're just going to they're gonna
be annoying because the Saints and the Cowboys go out. I could go up to the other one, but I'm waiting.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you go to those first joint practices, because by the second one they might cancel them.
Well, last year the Chargers canceled theirs against the Rams.
Yep.
Because they had several injuries. So, and I mean, I'm telling you, the Chargers should have like paid everybody to watch that joint practice. What was it? It was oh my God, it was a terrible. Like, it was Easton Stick. I can't remember who else. The first year of Harbaugh, that was a tough offseason to watch that joint practice, because the Rams defense was just beating their ass every single time. But I digress. All right, Gilbert, go ahead with yours.
Yeah, I'll be quick because we still got another segment here. But I like Liam Cohen saying that nobody's talking about them. And I even like that he took it a step further by saying they're always talking about Caleb Williams, though. Caleb Williams this, Caleb Williams that, Caleb Williams 40 times on the homepage of NFL.com. Like, so usually coaches, they'll say, hey, we're being overlooked, but not mention a team that's getting more attention. So, yeah, that was kind of refreshing to see, and maybe taking a page out of Ben Johnson, who likes to talk like that too. And then Liam Cohen the second time too, he called out Robert Saleh for some BS, and which I thought was pretty cool to see last year. But yeah, I think the Jaguars are flying under the radar. You know, they didn't have the most, or I guess the loudest off season, which sometimes could be a good thing in the NFL. But yeah, they're still an AFC South team, so I won't pay attention too much, but they have my attention a little bit here.
Oh, speaking of that,
Ben Johnson.
Yeah. What movie? Hold on. Ben Johnson.
They're going back and forth. See, I love it.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson, like, he really, like, if there's one head coach that listens to social media, it's Ben Johnson. I think he hears what's going on.
With Caleb, I don't know if you saw this, but Liam Cohen of the Jaguars said it's very easy to motivate his players because nobody ever talks about them. All he ever hears about is Caleb Williams. I'm curious what you think about another coach throwing his name out there, and whether you're dealing with the opposite situation here of hammering to your guys not to believe the hype.
Well, we're the number one regression candidates, so I think we got plenty of motivation ourselves. We talked about Caleb in the past. He's used to handling a lot of attention, so I'm not worried about that.
But with Caleb,
he actually took the high road on that one.
Yeah, and he kind of went back to, we're being overlooked, we're being doubted too in a different way, which is, you know, nice move there, Ben Johnson. I like it.
He's learning, man. I like that from Ben Johnson.
He has good PR people working with him, so
he looks a lot better though.
F you, Cohen, but this is okay too.
He does look a lot better though. He looked like that first season took a lot out of him. I think it was at the what was it? No, it was at the combine. He looked out of it.
Yeah. All right. The NFL offseason is coming to an end, sorry. Yeah, no, sorry. We obviously, yeah, sorry. Well, let me go back. Given what we've seen during the NFL season and even right now with the start of training camp, what team is meant to be stuck to be Malcolm in the middle? Vic, who is your Malcolm in the middle team?
Mine is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I talked about, we were one of the things that we saw already. We're seeing, Mike Evans already left. We saw that Jason Light is, and I've seen people already out there is like, why aren't you paying, why aren't you paying your quarterback? Why aren't you giving him an extension? And then you have Baker Mayfield saying he feels disrespected, undervalued, and honestly, like, you look at the quarterbacks going on right now. The past few years, Tua got paid over $50 million. He's no longer there, right? We saw the same thing with Kyler Murray. Like, Jason Light is a smart GM. He sees, hey, you have to prove it to me, and I don't blame him. He's like, we've talked about with Baker Mayfield, right? He's a really good quarterback, but he has a ceiling to him. And then Jason Light looks at his roster, and he's like, look, if I'm going to rebuild this, I'm still paying for the Tom Brady and the Super Bowl and all that. I need to get some of this money off the book. And in order for him to do that and be able to reload, he's saying, look, I'm not going to go and give a $50 million extension a year to Baker Mayfield. So I'm going to rebuild this the right way. And then of course, they can go out there and still win the NFC South, but you're not going to win the Super Bowl this year. So for me, there's one of those teams that is stuck in the middle, but at least Jason Light sees that, and he's going to make sure that going forward that he can build this team into a actual Super Bowl contender, not just go out there and win the NFC South.
They offered him a 2-year $100 million, or no?
What, recently?
Well, I saw that they offered him a 2-year deal, and that
it was 50 million per year. Yeah, that could be it. Nobody said really like the final years.
Oh, the
total,
figure.
Okay, but it was like average 50 mil, but it could be like we just said, 2 years,
like a short-term deal, which makes sense. Like, why are you going to get financially tied to a guy who continues to play that way and might get hurt again? Like, and he's a smaller quarterback too. Like, I just and I get people saying, hey, like, quarterbacks are hard to find. Yes, but like, what's the ceiling with Baker Mayfield? Where are you gonna go realistically?
Well, the guys earning more than him, right above him is Sam Darnold at 33.5. Then it's Daniel Jones at 44, Deshaun at 46, Jalen at 51, Lamar at 52, Herbert at 52.5, Brock Purdy at 53, Jared Goff at 53, and then you get Allen, Burrow, Lawrence, Love, Stafford all at 55. Dak at 60, and then Mahomes at 63.
It's all over the place. He can make a case for saying I'm better than Goff at 53 million.
Yeah.
And then, Light could be like, well, maybe you're better than Daniel Jones at 45 mil. And it's like, you got to find somewhere in the middle, because I don't think he deserves Goff money, but I think he's better than Goff. It's just different scenarios and situations, but he's definitely better than Daniel Jones. So to me, maybe somewhere there. But also, Victor makes a point. Do you want to commit long term? Like, why be a follower? And look at the trends. Like, you keep paying these guys. Even Detroit hasn't won a Super Bowl. Detroit might be a candidate for being stuck in the middle. They missed their window too, maybe. So, like, if you don't really have one of those special ones, like, sometimes it's better to go short term deal. Sam Darnold, short term deal. What do? He proved it, and he won a damn Super Bowl. So, not a bad approach.
Xavier Flores asked, CJ Stroud hasn't gotten a big contract, ? No, Xavier. Man. CJ is in line now. Him and Bryce Young are in line for contracts, but it doesn't seem like either one of them will get done. I think they're going to let them play out this year and then see where they're at after this year. Gilbert, why don't you give us your Malcolm in the Middle?
Yeah, I'll just pick up where I left off with the 49ers. And, they won 12 games last year. They won 6 games in 2024. Then maybe they're due for an 8-9, 9-8 season. Like, you guys agree.
I miss 8-8. I miss 8-8.
Yeah, I know. It's just right there, right in the middle, 8-8. Now it's 9-8 or 8-9.
What was his name? Brian Fisher. No.
Jeff Fisher.
Jeff Fisher.
Yeah,
Jeff Fisher.
No
8-8.
And I can tell you how many teams were 8-9. Just give me a second. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's always like a bunch in the middle. And like, yeah, I think the 49ers missed their window. They've had 2 opportunities in the Shanahan era. they're older now, and then they're not hitting on draft picks. They're not the Rams. The Rams keep finding new core guys because they keep drafting well. And Shanahan, who could maybe keep up with McVay in terms of scheme and X's and O's, but Les Snead and John Lynch, this is a mismatch. Like the 49ers can't get young. They can't find a new core group. And like we mentioned, CMC could probably break down. Trent Williams is like almost 40. Pretty underrated quarterback, but he also couldn't stay healthy last year. Maybe Mac Jones is better. I don't know. So if they make it to the playoffs, they're one and done. They're a wild card team. They got lucky to be a Eagles team that was tired of each other. They were just pointing the fingers at each other. So yeah, I want to like the 49ers. I want to see what Mike Evans does in the system, but Mike Evans is what, 33? I lost track, and he's also already hurt. Ricky Pierce, I can't stay healthy. Oh, and here's the biggest red flag. What was that?
For the year.
Oh, Ricky Pierce was done for the year. But here's the biggest red flag. Things are going bad when you go back to an X. Deebo Samuel, here's my prediction. Deebo Samuel will probably play 3 or 4 games and get cut. He's not going to make it the whole year with the 49ers. I've seen this movie way too many times. He's not going to make it the whole year.
Hold on. What was your reaction when he got signed?
The fake AI videos of him having a beer belly was more entertaining than the signing, but yeah.
I love that. That is good shit right there. All right, I'll go
5, 8, and 9 teams. We could have had a 6, but the Cowboys had a tie, so they were 7, 8, and 1. So yeah. By the way, one little quick fact here about those 8 and 9 teams. The Colts and the Falcons did it 2 years in a row. They finished 8 and 9 the last 2 years.
8 and 9 bullshit.
Yep.
8 and 8 bullshit. I missed that. All right. Mine might surprise some people, but it maybe doesn't after last year. The Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs window, like Gilbert said, is closed. By the way, you know who the 49ers remind me of? They remind me of the San Diego Padres. They have this old talent, Manny Machado, Xander Bogaerts, like all these old heads, and they keep on trying to buy and stay relevant and stay in there. And like AJ Preller just made 2 trades, and because today was the trade deadline, and they're saying we're still going for it. That's what it feels like the 49ers are stuck at. Like they've paid their quarterback so much money that they're like, okay, we got to keep this going. We still can do this. We're still in our window. No, you've kind of lost it. It's time to move on. But whatever. Actually, I've been covering the Padres too long this season. All right. But Manny's great. Manny's amazing. He's the best. Gilbert, this week he tells us, you guys, and I'm talking to the media, you guys did not believe we'd get to this point. I'm like, Manny, you're 500, my guy. Like, what do you mean we didn't think you'd get to this point?
Is he batting 200 finally?
No, he's at 2. He's close to 220. Shit.
He's not.
Watch out. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Whatever.
Watch out. Over the Fernando Mendoza line. There you
go. Oh, my God. All right. So this team, what did this team do? Rashee Rice looks slow in some of the videos I've seen. Obviously, I don't want to react to those videos.
Is that a jail?
Huh?
Is that a prison or jail? I don't know which one it is.
Don't you remember he sped out? Like, remember he almost like hit a car when he like sped out of.
Please tell me you have a video of a certain individual who was at practice the other day for the Chiefs who recently got married.
Oh, Kelsey. God. That wasn't a real video, Victor. That was an AI.
AI
with the beer belly.
Dude,
yeah,
I'm glad I didn't get that. Okay, I saw it. I know who you're talking about.
Going around. Deebo Samuel got a beer belly from AI.
You know who everybody's more excited about? Garrett Nussmeier. Everybody keeps on posting videos of him saying he's looked very good during practice. Like, yeah, I've seen some Chiefs fan pages.
All right, that's got to be a barrier of the week. When you have Patrick Mahomes and you're loading up videos of Garrett Nussmeier, like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Did you see? Was that AI the one where one of his teammates hit him? One of the defensive players actually tackled him during practice. I
don't know, but that's a crappy part in this era. We can't even know what the hell's real.
Yeah, that's true.
I know. That's what sucks. But okay, basically where I'm going at with this is that they got old. Like they're still old at a lot of positions. They're cornerbacks. They went younger, but now you have so much youth at the cornerback position. Like you went back to L'Jarius Sneed. Like you have Mansour Delane. Like you have all these guys who knows what they're going to be. Like the defense does not look as good as what everybody thought that they were going to be. Like you have Karlaftis, you have Chris Jones, You have Tunga, who's coming from the Patriots. He actually did play well for the Patriots last year. You have Felix Anduke Ozoma, Tranquil, Bolton, Legarius Sneed, Alohi Gilman, Mansour Lane. Like, there's just not what it once was. And then on receiver, Tyler Dragon was trying to tell me that they're good at receiver. And I'm like, where does it? He's like, Xavier Worthy. I'm like, my God. You know who their best receiver is? Tyquan Thornton. That's their best receiver. You can't, like, he was their most consistent one last year. Rashee Rice still has issues. Xavier Worthy gets hurt. They have Jalen Royals, Cyrus Allen. Like, I don't know. And then they have Kelsey, who's 1 year older. Like, Kelsey should have retired when they got that ass whooping by the Eagles. Like, he should have just left. There was no point in him coming back, and he's still in there. So, by the way, he got a shout out today from Aaron Rodgers on his Pat McAfee show. Those guys are assholes.
On his Pat McAfee show.
yeah. He was on today. So was Mike McCarthy, DK Metcalf.
Oh,
like,
wow.
I just thought, they went to the training camp out there, which again, the Steelers go away for training camp. I don't know why. I like it. I like going away for training camp. I think it's great, but I mean, it is what it is. Kenneth Walker, obviously, Vic, we had Eric on, and Eric said that Kenneth was able to hold down the fumbles and all that stuff in a contract year, but can he do it again? He doesn't think so. So
yeah, good point.
It's going to be interesting to see what the Chiefs are, but again, Tyler Dragon, week 1, they're going to blow out he didn't say blow out.
Oh,
they're going to handle the Broncos. And I'm like,
it's going to be a physical defense.
One thing I want to ask you guys in terms of
I told Tyler he has to come on before the season started. He said he agreed to, because he's like, I want to tell you where you're wrong. And
here's the idea, Victor. We have the show with me and Eric where Eric says his predictions and I will say I agree or I disagree, and then same thing with Fernando and Tyler.
That'll be fun. But one thing I did want to ask you guys, and I saw this and I'm like, I don't know if I should believe it, but supposedly this is not true. I just want to know if you guys would believe this conspiracy theory. But the conspiracy theory is that Patrick Mahomes really didn't tear his ACL, that they suck so bad that they just shut him down, but they didn't want to make it sound like that. So that's why he was able to come back from his ACL tear so much faster than what we've seen from someone like a Micah Parsons.
That there would definitely be a documentary if they went that far to cover up an injury, but or fake an injury.
So you said Mahomes faked that injury so that he'd be done for the rest of the year?
Yeah. Because they knew they weren't going anywhere at that point, and they needed a better draft pick. That's why they also lost to the Raiders.
But get out of here. Mahomes had already won 6 games. Like, they only won 6 games with Mahomes.
I'm not buying that.
They might have won. Did they win that Chiefs game? That Raiders game?
No, they lost.
They lost that Raiders game. Yeah. I mean, I guess with Mahomes, they would have won it. But, like, you ended up kicking back up in the draft anyway. No, if I've seen some of the videos, because again, like, I know a lot of Chiefs people, like, I've seen some of the videos floating around on social media. He looks a little sluggish when he's running. Like, you can tell that brace is bugging the crap out of him.
Run.
So
that's why he should have taken like half the year off. Why
and that's his bread and butter, Gilbert, running, like being able to separate. Like, that's why I'm interested. You're gonna go up against 2 guys that, let's be honest, Nick Bonito and the Broncos, they're good if they like crash down on you. When you get outside, that's when they have trouble getting after you. So if he can't get outside and they keep him contained, they're going to be all over him the whole first game. So yeah.
Can I get 3 minutes from you guys real quick before we go? I just have 3 quick questions for you guys here, or 2. I'll do 2. Very quick. All right. First one. Which player traded to Los Angeles will have the biggest impact for the next 3 years? Luka to the Lakers, Tarek Skubal to the Dodgers, or Myles Garrett to the Rams? Go ahead, Fernando.
I will go with Skubal. They're going to three-peat this year, and then they're going to go into a lockout year, so he'll actually win a ring with them. I don't know if Luka's going to win a ring, and I still I'm sorry. I still don't believe the Rams are going to win it because everybody thinks they're going to win it. By the way, last night I was bullied into Fox 5 to say my Super Bowl prediction. I went Texans over Rams. I don't know why. It's the first thing that came to my mind. I'm disgusted now that I said that, but my bad. It is what it is. But I will go Skol Bowl. They 3-peat. By the way, I didn't know that a team had 5-peated. That's crazy. The Yankees did. But go ahead, Gilbert.
Texans, Rams. Interesting. Okay. You know
Well, I
what?
said CJ Stroud wouldn't do anything. It was all
Yeah. That's interesting. Okay. But yeah, I'll go with the Dodgers. They'll probably win a couple, and then they're gonna change all the rules because everybody's crying. So this is an easy one, Dodgers.
All right, next one. Start, bench, or cut the Spider-Man actors: Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, and Andrew Garfield.
I'll go. Oh, okay, yeah, no.
I'll start Toby. Definitely. You know what? Nah, I'll go in order. Start Toby. Cut Tom, and I'll bench Andrew Garfield. Show some respect to Andrew Garfield. Why not? I don't like the new ones. I just don't care for them. They're like Gen Z stuff. It's not for me. They're too young for me. That's weird.
I will start Tom Holland. I will bench Tobey Maguire, and I will cut Andrew Garfield and launch him into the sun. I thought Tom Holland was the perfect age to play Spider-Man. I thought Tobey was too old in a sense to play a high school kid. So, and now he dates high school kids.
I forgot, yeah.
But I will. I'll go with that order that we have right there. I like Tom Holland. I think Tobey Maguire was awesome. He looked older than a high school kid. So, and then Andrew Garfield, just launch him into the sun. Everybody wants to say that last Tom Holland movie. Oh my God, Andrew Garfield, we gave him too much shit. No, hell no. We didn't give him enough shit. He was terrible. Launch him. Goodbye. Adios.
All right, that's 3 and out, and we got under the 3 minutes. Do you guys want to do one more?
No.
No, okay, let's go.
Was it about Will Levis saying that he's a top 32 quarterback in the NFL?
No, actually, I was gonna ask you which of these 4 teams will make the playoffs.
No, that's gonna be too
You
long.
can save that one. Yeah,
we'll
I've
save
been
that
up
one.
to
But
5 a.m. I'm flaming
good.
out.
thank you
All
guys
right.
so much. We appreciate you guys for jumping on another episode of the 3 Compas show. Next week, hopefully, we will be with the 4 Compas. Again, make sure you follow at GManzano24. Gilbert will be heading to San Fran. He'll be heading to Seattle. He'll be heading to Denver, and he'll be having a lot of stuff from out there. And then hopefully he will grace us with his presence back at the Bolt. A certain individual will probably map quest some directions so he knows how to get there. But we always love seeing Gilbert. Everybody was so happy to see Gilbert at the Bolt. Like, Gilbert was the hot commodity there. Everybody was excited to see him. So definitely great to see Gilbert at the Bolt. But and then obviously I have all the Chargers stuff over on my side of the pond. So it'll be fun to see what happens the next 2 days in San Diego. The pads go on Tuesday. So definitely exciting. What's up, Bolts? On Wednesday, we will wrap up the 2 practices in San Diego. We'll give you all of our news and notes from there. But yeah, obviously, thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. Gilbert, obviously you have a smile on your face because you got to meet Mr. Jason Sudeikis. So, Gilbert, why don't you get us out of here?
Yeah, we got to be a goldfish here. We all have to be more of a goldfish. You know, it's the happiest plant. No, I'm butchering it. It's
Planet?
the happiest animal. Happiest animal on the planet because it has a 10-second memory. So always be a goldfish. And yeah, check out what Fernando's doing with the Chargers coverage. Check out What's Up, Bolts. And I got to check out your Melvin Gordon interview. I didn't know you did that this weekend, Fernando. So I got to check that out.
Audio. So wherever you get your
check
podcast,
out the audio on the Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, Melvin Gordon.
Awesome. Yeah, we are trying to do more audio here for all 3 shows here. What's Up, Bolts, House of Horns, and Compas on the beat. So check that out. And yeah, I think Victor and I will definitely do a show on Wednesday. We're not sure what time for House of Horns, but stay tuned for that. We've been pretty consistent on Wednesdays. But yeah, time to get going here. Long day, but a good show here. Ya nos vamos, pues. Vámonos.